What's going on, y'all? It's the Lost by Sana here, and, tonight's episode, in this case, because I'm recording this as of 12 a.m. right now. I'm gonna tell y'all about those. After a certain point, it gets harder to be confident. The reason why I'm making this episode is because after a certain point, you just can't be confident no more. Whether it be, self-esteem, lack of, positive reinforcement, or little to no positive reinforcement growing up and shit. Maybe parents, the cause of this shit, or about those in school, peers. And shit, some of your fucking, quote unquote homies or whatever, sometimes they might throw you under the bus and just the fuck, they might try to tear you down, man. Some of your own family, even some cousins también, and it's brutal, It's after a certain point, it's gonna get hard to be confident, from here on out, when this should have, made your self-esteem, go higher when you're a kid, and I think about it a lot, because growing up, right, I'm not gonna fucking lie and say that I had some positive, self-esteem here and there, but, let's be honest, man, for the most part, it was, bad, it sounds pathetic, right, but cause, I had dreams, man, to be someone. Some vatos might be like, oh, that's just the bare minimum, bro, and yeah, for the most part, it kinda is, but for me, it was my dream, for a long time. I think I mentioned this in another episode, but I remember I wanted to, be a fucking plush tuber, right? Super Mario Logan or Anime Bro Me or Q Mario Bros. And long story short, my dad said, since it's, Mexican household, right? Son puras mamadas, güey. Que así no vas a mantener. Or whenever I tell my mom to the video game store, watch all tinkering, whatever, same shit. ¿Cómo te vas a mantener, güey? And my mom, the same shit. ¿Cómo chingados te vas a mantener con esas mamadas, güey? No busca un jale o ve a la escuela a estudiar. That's the thing about fucking Mexican parents, man. It's because, you either want to get, a good career, or fucking go to school. Or, in my case, my dad wants me to work with him because, we worked at a fucking taco restaurant, and I've been working with him since I was in middle school, or I guess elementary school también, but, gotta do what you gotta do, and no offense to my dad, but I'm not trying to do anything for the rest of my life, I don't hate him, but sometimes it's kind of draining at the same time, man. It's it gets tiring after a certain point, especially being a fucking puppy or a jester for a lot of vatos that don't really care about you, man. Whether it be your family or kids from school or random people at work or whatever, right? Or shit, if you go to college, también, right? But it's just, once you get to a certain age, your confidence is gonna be fucking shattered, man. And it's brutal. It just pretty much is you're pretty much not gonna want to fucking try at that point. Because why would you? If you've got nothing but negative reinforcement all your life, shit, sometimes it was positive, but for the most part it was negative, And I feel in this fucking realm, vatos like us were just meant, nothing but negative reinforcement, I remember, I'll never forget, right? I had a fucking, middle school, 7th grade year, before COVID happened, right? I was in this fucking tech or slash engineering class, or whatever you call it, right? And I was doing group work with some homies, right? And to be honest, man, I was never really that guy. Like, yeah, I had homies, right? But it was like a small group, right? A small group of homies, like, two of them, could socialize pretty much easy, as if nothing. But me, on the other hand, I have to rely on someone, which in my case, I had to rely on those two doctors, to socialize with me, Otherwise, I'd be lost. And so, I'll never forget, right? Like, I had this fucking, so basically, this white slash Mexican homie, this black homie. I knew both of them back though since like 6th grade. And this, new Indian kid that just transferred, And I forgot what the fuck we were doing, man. I don't even remember what the fuck we were doing, but I remember we were doing something. It was a project, right? And the fucking Indian kid, he was pretty much carrying all of us because he was like the smartest one. He was like high IQ or whatever, right? And meanwhile, all three of us were like pretty much low IQ. Looking back, I was like the lowest of them all, like a low IQ out of them all, It's like, you get called a dumbass a lot growing up and shit. It's like, yeah, no wonder, And I remember the fucking Indian kid wasn't there that day. So me and the, homies, we had to do it. We were fucking up. Of course, I just sat there like a fucking dumbass because I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I didn't know what to do. And I remember they were fucking getting mad at me. And they're like saying like, "Oh, you're so fucking useless. You don't do shit. You're useless." And, blah, blah, blah. To be fair, yeah, I was useless. I didn't know what the hell was going on. So I was trying to, like, with the little confidence I fucking had, try to be like, I was like, can I help or can I do something? They were ignoring me, right? And after a while, we just, before class was over, we had to put everything back. And, they left me, right? Or whatever. I put everything back by myself. And yeah, I was pretty much one of the fucking kids to leave later than them, Because I would put the shit back, right? And I remember, man, this is second period, and then third period, in science class, right? And I remember, they were mad at me because I didn't know what to do, to be honest, right? And me and this fucking, white Mexican homie got into it, we almost got into a fucking fight. Thankfully, it was never like too crazy. We just fucking pushed and shoved it with our fucking arms. Nothing serious, thankfully, but it was brutal, man. I mean, I didn't want to fight him, man, but he was pushing me. He was like, "You want to go, bro? Do you want to go?" And I was like, "Okay." And, it was good. I didn't want to fight him, but it still happened because that was the only option, And after we got into science class, I tried not to fucking cry like a dumbass, And after a while, I just couldn't fucking hold it in anymore, and I cried, It's fucking crazy. I know it's pathetic, but it's true. I did cry. And, yeah, I guess you can say they feel bad, or whatever I guess you can say, but like, I think the next day came around, and next couple of days later, the Indian dude came back, and we finished the project, and I guess they made me put away the stuff because, like, yeah, whatever, I did it anyway. But yeah, man, I'm telling you, bro, it's like, when you just get shit like that, it's like brutal. Like, yeah, I was I was always a dumbass kid, to be fucking honest with you. I was always a fucking dumbass. I was a jester, but, I mean, sometimes it's kind of my fault. I'm not gonna fucking sit here and be like, "Oh, bro," but yeah, and like after you get to a certain age, man, it gets being a fucking puppy, jester, whatever. It's fucking pathetic, man. You know, after a certain point in your life, like yeah, if you're in if you're in elementary school, middle school, even high school, to an extent, it's like somewhat, you know, forgivable. But after that, man, it's like pathetic, man, because you're not really seen as a fucking man or whatever. You're just seen as like, what's wrong with this guy? Or qué pasó? Está raro, qué el way, you know? So it's fucking brutal, man. And you know, just trying to be a fucking monkey, circus monkey. Fuck, I got it wrong. I'm telling you, man, and fucking this shit up. Also, another mini story time for you about this. You know, that's, you know, kind of similar, right? You know, just, so basically I met up, you know, with my old homie, you know, the Salvadoran one, right? Me and him, we go way back, man. We go way back, right? We went to the same elementary school and shit, but the only difference was that me and him were like 1 year apart, right? 1 grade apart. He was like a year older than me type of shit, you know, and he would fucking, you know, he would clown my ass for not speaking Spanish. Like I remember he would ask my dad, ¿por qué tú hijo no hablas español? Right? And, you know, because I was a Sabo kid. And Mexican kids would bully me for not speaking Spanish, you know. Shit, even so in my own family. My cousins también. And I remember, you know, and I met up with the fool and fucking, basically he asked me if he can meet up, right, during, you know, lunch. This was senior year, by the way. So like last year, pretty much. And I remember, you know. And here's the thing that pisses me off, man. Cause ever since I've been going to the gym and like eating right, like I'm still fat as fuck, obviously, but like for some reason, like he'd be telling me, like, you know, as soon as he saw me, he was like, "Damn, homie, you lost weight, damn," you know. And I was like, "Yeah, try to, you know," cause I play it off as like, like try to play it off like it's nothing because, you know, to be honest, man, I still have a long way to go, you know. And I remember he told me, "Bro, I used to be fat as fuck," and I was like, "Yeah, I know, no shit, like I was fat as fuck, you know." And I still am, but I'm trying, man. Like I wasn't fat, like I'm not fat as I used to be, but I'm still fat regardless, you know. So, but yeah, man, I remember him telling me that. And he has a girlfriend. I know, right? But here's the thing. He's fatter than me. And he has a girlfriend. But here's the catch. He's taller than me. Like 6 foot or some shit. 5'11", 5'10", or 6 foot. Maybe 6'1", I don't know. But he's fatter than me. And then, bro, guess what he told me? His girlfriend. He was like, "Oh yeah, that's my homie, you know, from elementary school." And I remember that. I remember he said some shit. He said to his girlfriend, "He's kind of a bitch, but he's chill though." Nah, I'm being dead. He actually said that shit, you know. You know, he's not wrong. But, you know, it's brutal because he said that shit to his girl, you know. And I was also with my black nerd homie at the time as well. You know, the black nerd homie, I met him since freshman year. And so we went to the Mexican store, you know, we were talking, getting some snacks, you know, getting some sabritas, Mexican Coca-Cola, and all this other, you know, Mexican shit, right? You know, cause the Mexican store was near the school, the high school I went to, so it was like a walk. It's like a walk back and forth, you know, that type of shit. And it was close, you know? It was good exercise too, but the problem was my parents would get so fucking pissed because they never want me leaving campus. And, but I might make another episode on having helicopter parents. I think I made a fucking episode about that shit, but I never went into full on detail, so I apologize. But basically, me and the fucking Salvadorian dude be like part ways, right? And I think the girlfriend, I don't know if she goes with him or, because apparently his girlfriend went to my same high school or whatever, and I don't know. Shit. And me and my black dude homie went back to class. And in class I had chemistry, he had autos. And so like I took forever, man, because I had the Mexican Coke and I had the fucking, the bolillo bread, which is like the pan. And it was like a torta sandwich. Inside it was like ham, cream cheese, and jalapeno, but good as fuck, by the way, but it's not important to the story or rant. But yeah, man, like, oh yeah, and that fucking story time about me getting in trouble for something I didn't do at school during my sophomore year. That killed my fucking confidence too, man. So I was like, it's like after a certain point, man, it's just, you can't really, it's just impossible not to be confident. The Salvadorian dude that said that I'm losing weight, it pisses me off, man, because all of my family be like, damn, you losing weight. Me personally, I just don't see it. Because when you've been called fat for so long, like, yeah, it's brutal. But the only thing you can really change is your weight. And your, fucking neck beard, right? Or acne if you have it. But when you've been called fat for so long, it gets to a point where even if you are losing weight, it doesn't even feel like you're losing weight at that point, At least in my opinion. Like the skinniest I've ever been was 260 pounds. That was like a year or two ago, as the recording of this episode. But I could probably do it again, but it's probably gonna take another couple months, maybe a year. Nah. Like I can probably do it, but even if I do become skinny, I'm still not gonna be able to fucking see it. You know what I mean? So like I'm still gonna try. No shit, but I'm just telling you about this when I feel. I mean, that's pretty much the purpose of this fucking channel, Purpose of this fucking canal is just to fucking tell, vent. And maybe help some vatos out, But yeah, man. This has been another episode of Paisano. And I'm sorry, this episode probably is ass, If my fucking microphone sucks, it's because I'm in the bathroom. And yeah, man. I try not to be as loud because my parents are asleep, but it is what it is. The Lost Paisano signing out. Take care. Peace out. Cuídense.